Since the earliest studies of geometry, humankind has sought to understand the order hidden within shapes. Each figure has its own character, purpose, and story. The square represents stability, the circle, perfection. Between them, the octagon emerges as a point of balance, a form that unites reason and harmony. Throughout history, the octagon has held a special role in art and architecture. The ancients used it to represent the transition between earth and sky. In Christianity, it became a symbol of rebirth and eternity. In Islamic tradition, it served as a key to sacred geometry, and, in the East, as a representation of balance among the forces of nature. Beyond its symbolic value, the octagon also possesses mathematical beauty. Its construction demands precision, method, and an understanding of the relationships between the circle and the square. That relationship, between the inscribed and the circumscribed, reveals how geometry can be both exact and aesthetic at the same time. In this video, we will explore that process step by step. How to construct a regular octagon, how to inscribe it within a circle, and how to circumscribe it. With the same rigor that inspired artists, architects, and scientists for centuries. Understanding its structure is not merely a technical exercise, but also a way to observe how geometric thought has accompanied humankind since the dawn of history. So, without further ado, let's begin the drawing process. Let's get started. We'll begin by drawing a horizontal line. Then, using the compass, place the needle at one end of the segment and open it a little more than half its length. Draw a small arc above and below the line. Repeat the same process from the opposite end of the segment, one arc above and one below. Through the points where the arcs intersect, draw a line that divides the horizontal segment into two equal parts. With the compass needle placed at the intersection of the segments, draw a circle of any size you prefer. Next, use the compass to measure the arc of one quadrant of the circle and draw an arc outside of it as shown here. Repeat the same operation from the opposite side. Do the same in an adjacent quadrant. This will allow us to draw lines that pass through the center of the circle, dividing each quadrant into two equal parts. With this, we obtain the 8 points we need to draw the regular 8-sided polygon, the octagon, inscribed within the circle. In other words, inside the circle. Once inscribed, we can also draw two squares within the circle, as you can see here. Now that we've seen how to draw an octagon inscribed in a circle, we'll go back a few steps to start again. This time, drawing a regular octagon circumscribed around the circle. We'll keep the same compass opening we used to draw the circle earlier. Placing the compass needle on one of the intersections between the circumference and a segment, draw a semicircle as shown here. Repeat this on the remaining 3 intersections: the top, the left, and finally, the bottom. This gives us the points we'll use to draw the first square. Now do exactly the same, this time using the intersections of the diagonals with the circumference. This will give us the points to draw the second square. And with that, we obtain the 8 vertices we'll use to draw the regular octagon circumscribed around the circle. By overlapping the drawings of the inscribed and circumscribed regular polygons, we get something like this. Add your favorite colors, and it's done. If you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, don't forget to give it a like. Got questions or want me to explain something in more detail? Just drop a comment below. And be sure to subscribe so you don't miss upcoming tutorials. It also really helps me keep making more content. Thanks for watching. See you in the next tutorial.